I was gonna ask Rod about this picture because I see that the Black Panthers copied from Huey P, and then Freddie. Then I think Noble Drew Ali was even in the chair back here. One picture on a chair like this. So all three of them, there's a connection with this. What they doing? The Chiefs on the land. I know there's all the Chiefs be sitting in these chairs. My big mama had one of these chairs at her house.
You don't know what that means?
What do you mean, Rod?
It's the throne seat. Those who sit in those is a chief.
Okay.
No, they're not the only ones.
No, it's a whole bunch of them. I got the logo you out.
It's some sisters in them chairs too.
That's right. That's right. The Black sisters on the Black Panthers. I was trying to find it, Rob, but I couldn't find the one with the sister, the Black Panther sister sitting in it.
So them wicker, that's the Louisiana style throne seats that was weaved at Big Mama house years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We don't remember that shit. So when we see this, we know that it means something, but we don't remember that Big Papa had a Big Papa chair at Big Mama house.
Mm-hmm.
And better not you can sit anywhere in the house you want to, but you better not sit your ass in Big Mama chair, and you better not sit in Big Papa chair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to know why the reptilians is so enamored with the earthborn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the answer to that question is the substance that we know is gold in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a side effect of the earthborn walking the planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That energy radiance from that gold, it's like giving the motherfuckers a perpetual energy hug.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they want to be up under you because you soothe into their wicked soul.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure because Divine Insight teach a different teaching style than me. Right. But I do know this. I can tell you it's about a rainbow. The rainbow is a refraction of light. That means that the prism of the light spectrum is being separated by something or another. Stargates have a tendency to break up the spectrum of light, like it's going through a prism when one is open. So it gives the appearance of having an aura around the Stargate made out of a rainbow. Right. But it's just breaking up the wavelengths of light because this is one of the mechanical instruments they're using to tune the destination of the Stargate in. Right. So they're using light waves of data. The data's coming off the light. And by breaking it up like binary code, sending in pieces of light, it programs a Stargate. So the rainbow in itself don't necessarily have to be a Stargate. And a lot of times Stargates project rainbows because they breaking up the light.
That was a hell of an answer, right? That was a hell of an answer.
Hey, that's deep right
okay,
there,
all right. hey, thanks for asking that question. I appreciate
thank you.
the question,
I thank y'all.
All right, peace. Yeah, that was a hell of an answer, Rod. Okay, all right. I see where you're going tonight, man. You ain't letting the technology stop you tonight, huh? Okay.
No, I just gotta tell it like it is. Let's go straighten up.
Let's get to the next caller. Who we got here? Raquan?
Raquan the Magi.
Raquan. Peace, brother. What's your question, my brother?
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of the white orbs in the sky.
Can you talk just a little louder, brother? You sound real low. Could you?
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. I want the people to hear your question.
Sound better?
Yeah, much better.
Oh, much better.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So look, when I was 12, the first time I ever saw one of the white orbs come out of the sky, right? Saw a spaceship in 2000, saw a spaceship in 2012. And then I'm talking about the length of a football field, goldish brown, looked like something straight out of ancient Kemet, right? So after I took shrooms in 2013, it opened me up, and I've been seeing these white orbs in the sky like everywhere, California, North Carolina, Florida, everywhere. So in the last few years, I've seen them getting closer, like right above the trees. And so, Rod, what are those? Like, I got my opinion of what I think they are.
Them your ancestors, brother. Them whole people. The white orbs is whole people, but they coming from the purified light. You are coming from a priest line in your ancestry. You come through as a priest. That's why your name is the Magi, right? The magician. It's the priesthood. You see what other people can't see. So don't feel bad if they say, what you talking about, when you telling them what you see. Your ability to see the light spectrum is broader than the average person. This is a spiritual insight, and it's a gift that everybody don't have. Your job is to understand how your ancestors is using the orbs to deliver information. 9.9 out of 10 is a telepathic communication that either accompanies or immediately follows the orb. They talking to you. It's like when we outside of the physical body, the easiest way for us to condense our energy to show somebody is the orb. It's a scientifically sound structure to make the light spectrums all converge for you to see them according to your own frequency. They know you because you from them.
Nah, I feel that. That's how I felt. Like awesome. They communicate. Like I can literally go outside, look right in the sky, and they'll appear. Like they'll blink as if it's Morse code or something.
They gonna give you write your codex of communication with them is my advice, because they telling you something. So everything that you see or hear that get your attention when you see it, write it down and write what it meant when you seen it. And before you know it, you'll have a translatable codex that every time you communicate with them, you're going to know what they saying like they talking English.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey, I appreciate the question, my brother.
Thank you. Peace.
All right. Goddamn, Rod giving y'all some good advice tonight. Yo, man. Shit.
So in general, a dream is communicating us in a custom language to the individual. So we all have to learn our own individual language in order to translate our dreams accurately and the dreams for that much. And so when I was explaining about the roles of the matriarchy and the masculine, the men don't have time for games under the matriarchy because we all on security duty. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
The women is taking care of the children, and we shifting governing our communities. We know how to do it. We don't need nobody that's going to abuse. So we all become responsible for being caretakers of our community. The good thing is there won't be no criminals to do crime because we'd be too busy cutting our. I mean, you already know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just a different approach that men take when they are protecting women than they take when the women are spoils of war. You do know they spoils of war, right?
Yeah.
The women and the children are one of the main spoils of war, so they can enslave the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we done with that. So the divine masculine, those men who stand up in the community, they gonna be the ones who gonna have to restore justice to the land and oust the imposters and the invaders. That's gonna be our job.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't got no other choice. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. And a half of the brothers on the police force don't even know they're working with the enemy. 90% of them don't. You know, so when they realize what's really going on, it might be too late for some of them, especially if they got rank.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them just going straight to FEMA camps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they chose sides with the wrong ones and they did too much in the process of supporting the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go had to go reincarnate or something. I don't know what their problem gonna be. They gonna have to figure something out. You know. But
Yes,
if you see AI is starting to shut down governmental processes. I think that guy name was Gavin Newsom called the National Guardian. And they used the fentanyl epidemic as the precursor to calling the National Guard in. It's not why they're calling them in. Police are about to be disabled, and it's considered a high-risk area to remove police from. Yeah, so AI had to make the call because the National Guard need to be there. But when the National Guard get there, it's going to be people with compassion for the community because they just seen a whole lot. A lot of these soldiers that's about to be policing in the neighborhoods as National Guardsmen have just came through seeing some of the most worst things you can see a human do to another human. They just came from witnessing it, cleaning that mess up. Somebody had to do it. And so when they gotta have more compassion than ever before for the people, because people don't even know what they've been up against. These soldiers coming back, these National Guards that's been drafted from other branches of military and even some foreign forces to go in these underground tunnels as specialty teams under the command of the National Guard, then they've seen some things that makes them gonna be, they got way more compassionate for humanity than any of these police are. Because we didn't know, we didn't understand the magnitude of this, what we was up against. Okay, the first rule is it's originating from inside your head. That is an automatic sign to go inside yourself. Right? Now, if it was originating from somewhere else and it wouldn't be yours, you would be able to get away from it. So what you're hearing is your chakras are tuning in, and they're gonna eventually play a harmony, a musical melody. It's called the Song of the Spheres, right? And as long as you are not properly grounded and your organism is not working correctly, the harmony will be in disarray, which is what you're experiencing. So clean your liver, clean your intestines and flush your kidneys. Right?
I've done several cleanses, brethren.
Okay, then go out to the earth, barefoot to the earth and palms to a tree. In order to realign your energy field, you need something that's stable. An old tree is already stable energetically, and the earth is older than that tree, right? You become the vessel that frequency arcs through that will tune in. Because what's happening with you, you just gave birth to your second daughter?
Yes.
Right. So your mitochondrial frequency is turning up. This is going on in real time with you. Your mitochondrial frequency is putting more energy into your DNA, which is making your auric field expand out further than it normally would. You're moving into what you call your matriarchal position now, which is a high mother's seat. Right, so your mother instincts are sharp, keen, and protective of the children, and these are the things that's driving your mitochondria to continuously expand this energy into the DNA. When this happens, your chakras, right, your chakras are gonna have to be aligned. If they don't, then the harmony is in disarray. Once you start aligning the chakras, it plays a beautiful musical symphony, the Songs of the Spheres, which is all chakras playing in harmony together. And it's a combination of grounding, spiritual baths, and cleanses. And you got the cleanses out the way. So now you just at the spiritual baths and the grounding and the me time. You got to have your me time. Because that's where you start to reorganize all of that stuff in your me time. Okay, so it's a trap. So you know, I'm gonna tell you out the gate, it's a trap. It's your shit. But until we reclaim our collective nation, anytime we try to cash in on it, they coming at us for fraud.
Wow.
Once we take the system, The social security numbers is what's going to activate what's known as your indemnity account payout. Your money will be financed through the world. What's they call it? The International Stock Exchange. It's called the. It's a name for it, but it's an International Stock Exchange being seized by the indigenous people of the earth, the organic people of the earth. We seize everything that was tied to any fraud, human trafficking, and warmongering. Anything tied to the poisoning of the people, from GMOs to your drug dealers, all of their assets has been frozen. The ones of our people who was misled by the rogue system and limited their opportunities has been recruited by the chiefs and the matriarchs to use their leadership abilities to overthrow the evil system by following the series of steps to support the chief, who can step out front and show you who did it, what they done, why they done it, how they done it, where they came from, why they came, and what we gonna do about it. Mm-hmm. So on the turnaround, we show you the doctrine that's tied to the discovery and the management of that which they declared they discovered under the doctrine of discovery, which is tied to the unum sanctums that declared us all imbeciles, which the Pope declared under a conjure the right to rule over all of the souls of the earth. The public notice was given to the people in a series of unum sanctum papal bulls that came out 1300s, like 1301, 2, and 3. They came out back to back, that put everybody on notice that if we don't stand up for our organic rights to the earth, that the Pope, under the Babylonian rule, using blood magic, money magic, and sex magic, the abuse of the women and the children, and the misleading of the men into alternative lifestyles. All of this was the plan. So we know what the plan is, and we got one that can remedy the plan. We just need the leadership that we pick to be different from the leadership they told us to accept. But the only problem with the leadership that we pick is when we pick our leaders, we pick motherfuckers that can handle shit. Good, right, bad, or indifferent. They can handle shit. El Chapo can handle shit. But he didn't know what was going on the land, so the chief have to make the resources available to him, feed the most people he can feed with them. But as soon as you discover what's going on the land, we obligated from chief to chief, tribe to tribe, to join forces and support the one who's telling the truth, standing in the position of right, pointing to the way of victory. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right? So all of the chiefs is on board now. Even the ones who wasn't quite sure if we would ever reclaim our shit is starting to see it come into a clear view that there's nothing they can do to stop what's coming. We've overcome every obstacle they put in front of us. Mm-hmm. The only problem that we still have is the vengeful victim position that we hold, because the system told us to hate to somebody called the white man and to kill Whitey whenever we got frustrated with the system. All the time it was some niggas, that's the real white man behind the scene, as the black hand, who used the pale faces to block us out of the institutions and then demonize the dirty hands that they had for being dirty while they use them as cat paws to get dirty. Until we overcome this prejudice that they gave us as a tool of divide and conquer, we still gonna continue to suffer until we refuse to allow other people to suffer.
That's right. We
have to stop judging people by the color of their skin and start judging motherfuckers by how they treat other people. Because the selfish sociopaths that's been in positions have only been out for selfish means to support a small group of selfish individuals just like them. On the flip side of that, all of us unselfish, caregiving, kind, loving people have to stand by and suffer for the dirt that these motherfuckers doing because we can't see it openly. But sooner or later, when we realize we can't see it openly, we have to figure out how to read the laws, the signs that nature give us. And nature gonna tell us how to figure out the enemy to get them off the earth, because the earth is gonna protect herself and her children before she protect the stranger. It's a law of nature. Activating the laws of nature brings us matriarchy. It brings the matriarchy full circle, because the law of nature says in two places: self-preservation, the first law of nature. Preservation of one species and one kind is the second law of nature. When a mother, under the laws of nature, is the progenitor of life and the first teacher, nurse, and caregiver of the offspring, when a consensus of mother decide to activate the first and second laws of nature for the protection of the species, all clans must support the reclamation of the land by the matriarchy in whatever capacity we are aware, capable, and willing to perform. If you fit the criteria to fill the position, you are obligated to perform the function according to the laws of the matriarchy.
Thanks.
The only way that you can be removed from a position is incompetence, selfishness, and tyranny to the people. But once you establish that you're not incompetent, you're not selfish, and you will never be a tyrant to the people, then the matriarchy supports you in your steps to reclaim the land for the matriarchy, to protect the children for the next 7 generations, and to rewrite the program of this government. So now that we are in this position at the close of the age, this now is our time to wake up, but our people are dragging behind. They still groggy as they wake up to hear what needs to be done. At this point, it's on us